So there's been some rumors out there that Francis Ngannou is a free agent. Yeah. I mean, Google it, YouTube it, look it up wherever you can look up stuff. You know what I mean? It's out there. And I think there is some fire to the smoke because it's been a long damn time and the contract discussions between the UFC and Ngannou's team have not improved. So I got the homie Dr. Matt here with me to assess this situation. Dr. Matt, is the UFC making a huge mistake by not potentially re-signing their heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou, the Predator?
I believe so. But it's probably a good thing for Ngannou because when you got a punch like him, you can go make more money.
Exactly. I'm sure he will be highly sought after. But what about the state of the UFC heavyweight division, whom have largely been defeated by Ngannou already, and the lion's share of them in devastating fashion? Where does that leave the state of the UFC division, heavyweight division, if the world champion, the baddest man on the damn planet, walks?
It'd always be a wonder of, say, we get another UFC champion that didn't fight him. Could always be taught, well, you would never beat the real champion, Francis. Nobody beat him. Nobody took his belt. He's the real champ still. Stuff like that.
Absolutely right. I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you what. If Francis Ngannou walks from the promotion, the UFC will no longer be able to say that they have the best heavyweight in the world. So then, you got everybody fighting for number 2, and then hopefully Francis gets beat somewhere wherever he goes, and then you can say, okay, well, yeah, now we do. But letting the heavyweight champion walk is crazy. It's like back when Randy Couture couldn't figure out his contract situation. He was mad because he had defeated Chuck Liddell, and Chuck Liddell was getting paid more than him, and and Couture had the belt. He walked. So this is not the first time, or wouldn't be the first time, the UFC lost their heavyweight fucking champion. But Matt, where would you like to see Francis Ngannou land if he is indeed a free agent?
I would like to see him and Deontay Wilder fight.
So you would like to see Francis Ngannou go to boxing?
Yep.
And so you went straight to Deontay Wilder. So I'll ask you this: Deontay Wilder has tremendous, KO power, but he's not been the best boxer fundamentally. So we all know, we've already talked about this in the past. The fight that was being advertised was Fury versus Ngannou, the lineal heavyweight champion of boxing versus the UFC heavyweight champion. But we both talked about that, and we think that, Fury would box Ngannou's ears off. So,
yeah.
So with that being said, you put him in there with Deontay Wilder, bro. Although I would like to see it, Ngannou's going down, cuz. He's going down, bro. All it's gonna take is one. Like, I mean, do you see it? Do you see Francis Ngannou having a fucking prayer in that?
He's got that one puncher's chance. Oh
man,
I think it's more of an interesting fight than him and Fury. I feel like that's a blowout, like you just said. I feel like Fury whoops that ass real good.
Oh yeah, so I definitely don't want to see that. But yeah, I agree with you on that, Dr. Matt. If Francis Ngannou were to box, I'd rather it be against Deontay Wilder. But if Francis Ngannou lands at one championship, Bellator, or the PFL, which one would you choose? Ryzen, what would you choose?
Oh, I'd probably choose either the PFL or one championship. What if he goes to WWE? I don't see his personality being strong for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could use him, you know what I mean, on a one-off, you know what I mean, or a brief storyline, if you will. It wouldn't be unprecedented. They brought Cain Velasquez over to feud with Brock, shit like that. So, I mean, they could use him. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, do you think Francis Ngannou is a pay-per-view star?
Oh, for sure.
Do you think that an organization, if they picked him up, that they would be able to find suitable opponents to put on the other side of him to compete against that would really get fans intrigued?
It would be hard. It'd be somebody like with a no name that they got that probably ends up beating Francis.
Well, I'll leave it at this, Dr. Matt. Let me restate. The UFC lost Randy Couture as their heavyweight champion in the past. So if Francis Ngannou is indeed a free agent, it wouldn't be unprecedented. With that being said, if Francis Ngannou walks from the UFC with the belt in tow, he will be the next Fedor Emelianenko. No, not from, a standpoint of greatness, but sure, he could climb up there, with a lengthy potential career, going forward. But what I mean is, Fedor was always the heavyweight that everyone wanted to beat. The GOAT, the longest unbeaten streak in heavyweight mixed martial arts history, especially at his level. Everyone wanted to beat him. So if Francis Ngannou walks from the UFC, every free agent, every heavyweight in any other promotion is going to be gunning to fight him for notoriety. So I see it as a win-win. I see it as the promotions are going to pay for Francis if the UFC doesn't. I see it as a win-win for Francis.
For sure.